Hi everyone, this is Tisha Morris. Thank you so much for joining me for Feng Shui Tips by Tisha. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the quickest way to take control of your life. Now, if you're like me, you go through those times when you feel like your life is kind of out of control. um, maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you're lacking clarity. If you're not sleeping well, that could also be a sign that fight or flight is kicked in that's trying to take control of things. Um, Listening and for these times when you feel out of control, and there's times of surrender, and that's all well and good. And there's other times where you take the bull by the horns and get some things done. So now, if you're familiar with me, then you know that this is probably going to be home related. And yes, you're right. But let me tell you why. When we do things in our home, it is an inherent act of taking control of your life. And this is why. Because there are very few things that we have control over in our lives, okay? And that is our mind. For the most part, it doesn't seem that way most of the time, but it's true. We have control over our mind, we have control over our body, and we have control over our home, our spaces. And probably, definitely the mind body. Definitely we have the most control over our home. We usually have, even if you rent, you may not have complete control over it, but for the most part, you do. Other spaces that you might have control over your car, and maybe an office away from the home as well. So any of these could be included in this under the umbrella of space and home space. Okay, so our mind, our body, and our home are those things that we have the not only the most control, but really the only control over in our existence. So now the mind and body can be a little tricky because obviously we know the mind can play tricks on us very easily. The body is obviously very close to us, and we can kind of lose perspective there. And so our home is such a because it's outside of ourselves, and yet a mirror projection of ourselves. And so this is actually why working and using feng shui is, I found, such a powerful tool, because it's a little bit outside of ourselves to where we can see it, and yet the energy is so interrelated with our own energy that the changes can be instantaneous. So when you feel out of control in your life, the quickest, easiest, and best way to get back into control is cleaning your house. The reason why is because, first of all, it's quick, it's instantaneous, it's easy, it's something we all can do. Not to mention the energetic properties of the value of cleaning. It really is a nice space clearing. But aside from that, there's something about cleaning your home, your space, that gives you an instant feeling of power and control. So try it. Now, if you if you hire out a cleaning person, that's great and fine. But I would encourage you in these times to do it yourself, rolling up your sleeves and getting dirty, and taking control over your space. Now, there's lots of things we can do to take control of our space and to make improvements. But when you're feeling overwhelmed and out of control, it's easy. It's best to do the easy stuff. It's no one can fail at cleaning. It is inherent in all of us to clean, to take care of our space, to take care of ourselves. And it is a mirror projection of self-care. When we take care of our space, we're taking care of ourselves. And again, sometimes it's easier to see that outside of ourselves than internally. So try it, and let me know how much better you feel. And so once you do that, from there, if you want to make some improvements to your home, do some feng shui adjustments from there, some space clearing, go for it. That will even enhance it even more. But like I said, for just a really quick getting in control, then cleaning your house is the best way. So thank you so much for joining me, and have fun.